hello.
I didn't know everybody's stuff was wrong. Twin just told me that like 2 seconds ago. I did not know that was a thing. That means all the ones on ours is gone too.
Mm-hmm. Very toxic.
Bruh. Well,
I mean, you already took all our stuff away anyway, so it doesn't matter.
y'all shouldn't be too shook now, should you?
Problematic.
Damn.
Well, Kai, you're not in first place anymore, are you?
Hey, Sim. Hey, Kai. How you be?
Kai is toxic.
Every streamer channel? God damn. Well, we do have our other channel points. Well, not in here, but in all me and Twins channel, we still have our other ones, right? Right, Twin?
C.
Like the one Twitch you give us.
Mm-hmm. Channel points.
All right, okay, cool. Me and my palazzo pants have arrived. Hey, creative, how you be? You are toxic. I just want you to know. I just want
I
you
haven't
to
even
know.
done anything.
I'm screaming. How are y'all on this day? Me and Twin, actually are streaming on both our places. Oh my gosh. On YouTube and Twitch. Well, you guys are gonna see the clearer version of it because it seems like it goes through some type of process to actually restream it on YouTube. Looking a little blurry over there.
Yeah. They make it ugly because they hate us.
Yeah, but we'll have it on both. I wonder if I still see them so I can give them back. Give her back. Your crystals? Your crystals. I wish we could have them like in here. That would be cool. Like the little channel ones, so y'all would have those. But you know they hate us.
True.
Stop trying to ban me, Oodles. I'm weak.
I feel personally attacked by those pants. You deserve a ban.
I'm weak.
Very toxic.
Oh yeah, we do have a new episode on the podcast today. Yeah, the points in our channels, yeah. I will spam those legs. I'm crying. What else? Yeah, we have a new podcast up. Look forward to Pisces content the following weeks, because that's what we're going to be posting also. What we have right now, Twin, we're in Pisces moon.
Yep, we had a new moon in Pisces on Sunday night. We're still, dealing with Mercury and her shenanigans in retrograde for about another week and a half.
Hey,
And
Silent.
that's what we have going on right now.
Yes. And Silent, if you don't sign up for that
Pisces
natal chart,
devil.
we're going to rip your edges out. I'm just playing.
Exactly.
So you could be just like Mercury with no edges. What else? So if you are feeling very emotional in this time, creative in this time, all the things, make sure you guys download our calendar so you can know all things. Let's see. Okay, so today, guys, we're gonna be reading my natal chart. Unfortunately, I wish I was feeling creative. Oh, you never know. It might sneak up on you. It might sneak up on you. But I don't know. Alright, so let's go over here. Here we go. Jingling-a-ling-ling.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
I'm weak, then. I wish I had the skills to be creative as my ideas. It's a struggle. Yeah, you guys just gotta work on it, to be honest, because I feel very much the same. You know what? Me and my great legs are gonna head out. Ooh,
Wow, creative. Fake.
I'm crying.
Fake, fake, fake.
Alright, let's see. Let's zoom this in. Is that good enough? Let's see. It didn't do anything. Hello. Oop, oop. Clicking on everything. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, first things first, I have a disclaimer, guys. I do not know my actual birth time, but my mom did give me an estimate, so that's what we're basing this off of, is an estimate. She told me, the story goes is that my mom told me she was having me in the AM. She said that Oprah was about to come on, and this is when Oprah was still on, and she said it had to been around 4 or 5 a.m. So I'm taking that into consideration here. So that's how we got this. Alright, because your girl didn't want to go down there and try to go spend some money to go get a new one, to be honest. So this is going to be it. It's close enough. But yeah. Also, I need to like open up the chat on my phone because I gotta look at this chart before I forget. Alright, cool. Some Capricorn. Yep, I got a lot of Capricorn in here. I do. So get your head ass.
That Baphomet, though.
Hmm? What you say? What you say?
Huh? I have no
will
idea what
bite
you're
your
talking
legs
about.
off.
Oops, Sim said ew.
That's
And
fine, but remember, I'm an aqua, period, point blank. Poo on poo. So, I got some Aquarius, got some Cap, we got some Taurus, some Gemini, some Virgo, some Leo, Scorpio. We got a tiny bit of drop of Sagittarius. Your granny don't even like you. I'm weak. Kai, but I love you though. Crazy gang gang. Hey humble, welcome. Alright, so let's go down. Scroll down. Let's see here. We have, oh, I have more feminine than I do a masculine. Very interesting. And it says I have a lot of earth. Interesting. I have way more earth than my air. Very interesting. Now, mind you, I've read some of my natal chart, but if y'all know me, my memory is shit. So, especially short-term memory is horrible. So, I don't remember any of this. So, I'm gonna be shook as much as y'all should, to be honest. And I have a lot of fixed energy. So, I guess.
Stubborn.
Listen to me, I don't know.
We both are. Look at all that aqua. You got all that aqua, that Taurus, that Scorpio in there. Stubborn. You love to see it.
All right. Scrolling down. Oh, could y'all not see me scrolling that whole time?
It's like a
It
weird
was
glitch on
glitchy,
it. Okay, now
bruh.
it's better.
Hold on. Let me roll back up. I was talking this whole time. Y'all couldn't see nothing. Oh wait, that's not what I was looking at. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. But yeah, this is what I was looking at earlier. That there. Alright, now we'll scroll down. Bloop. And I guess I gotta click it in and out so y'all can see it. I don't know why it does that for me, but yeah. Alright, let's get into this Aquarius.
Ooh. So the sun represents vitality, a sense of individuality, and outward shining creative energy. The sun is in Aquarius. One of the standout characteristics of those born under the sun sign of Aquarius is their unwillingness to follow the beaten track. With advancement and progress in their minds, there can be an irreverence to old and outdated ways of thinking and doing things. Many Aquarians aim to free themselves of personal and social conditioning. Although open to change in theory, Aquarians can be surprisingly stubborn. The idealism runs strong, but they can be very fixed in their opinions. Often a bit aloof and even standoffish, Aquarians, nevertheless, or nonetheless, I can't read, are usually well liked. They're curious and observant and tolerant in a broad sense. Prejudice and bias is offensive to the typical Aquarius. Aquarians are generally very clever, witty, and intellectual. They value progress and frankness. It's difficult to throw Aquarians for a loop. They're generally on top of things. There's a bit of a reformer in Aquarius. They'll try to get you to see through superficiality and encourage you to be open and forthright. Be true to yourself and don't follow the crowd are mottos we easily associate with the sign. Aquarians need space and value personal freedom. Any attempt to box them in will likely fail. They'll happily return the favor and they will treat people from all walks of life as equals. Equality and fairness are hallmarks of the sign. If you're quirky and different, all the better. Short description: she is independent, autonomous, and has progressive ideas. Weaknesses: an unusual, rebellious, and revolutionary spirit.
Bruh. Which is basically all the same stuff that all Aquarius has had their whole reading. So it's a very general thing for Aquariuses. Y'all done broke Twin Tarot. What you talking about, Mimi?
Mimi broke it because Mimi hates me. Mimi hates
What
all
you
of us.
mean? Can you not hear us or something? Because I made sure the sound should be good. Let's see here. Twin, do you have any questions?
Um, do you feel like you're someone who is very fixed in your opinions? Like, do you accept other people's ideas, but are you still very much you feel how you feel, and it's like you're not gonna change it?
Um, to be honest, it depends on the situations. But
Mm-hmm.
if I feel strongly about something, you damn right I'm finna be like, I don't care what nobody say. It is
Mm-hmm.
period. But I do like to more on a lot. If I'm being serious, because y'all know I play too much all the time. But if I'm being serious, I definitely like to hear everybody's side of the whole thing because Twin, I will beat your ass. You act like I can't read the chat.
Wow, racist.
I like to hear everybody's side to see what things are because
Mm-hmm.
um I feel like that's the best way. You have to really see where people are coming from in order to understand them, even if they are um, on the opposite of what you're thinking. There's a reason why they're thinking that way, and I want to figure that out as to why they're thinking that way. And
Mm-hmm.
if it does not calculate in my brain that it makes sense, then I'm definitely gonna be stuck in whatever the hell I feel. I'm not even gonna lie. If it doesn't make sense, then I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, no. You're not adding up. It's not adding up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feels you. I
So yeah,
feels you.
but I do like to listen and see what it is. What's the whole thing about things?
All right. All right. Aquarius with ascendant Capricorn. Ooh, sun in the first house. Your identity. Oh, I can't read. You identify strongly with the image you present to others. You make an impression on others. You have a presence, and you know it. You are self-conscious, although you may prefer to project a strong image. You may feel at your best when you make your mark on the world, but avoid obsessing over what others think about you. Accept that you need to be a leader or an innovator and go for it. Be careful not to be overbearing with others. Key points: focus, personality, her desire for self development. Did I cut off something?
Yeah,
Oof.
uh,
I cut that off. My bad.
that's okay.
Sorry.
We could pull
Okay.
it up if you want me to.
I think it was just one sentence. I think it was
Okay,
just like, yeah. I apologize.
that's all right.
But
It say
now
lead.
we have.
What say leads to success, and this is reflected in her career. That's all I see. Even though it's half cut, I can read that.
Okay, okay. Well, that's what it says. And then we have a 147-degree conjunction between your sun and the moon. Your emotions and your will are at peace with one another, suggesting a rather balanced personality. The messages you received in childhood were not contradictory overall, and you have a stronger sense of purpose and appreciation for of harmony than most. You are likely personally popular, mainly because you expect harmony in your relationships. You're attracted to most people, and your self-confidence and security make you easy to deal with on many levels. Your relaxed, easygoing disposition puts others at ease. You may not be prepared for conflict. You often avoid rocking the boat. You may acquiesce, I hate that word so much,
Mhm.
acquiesce to others a little too often, if only to maintain a feeling of balance and harmony, as conflict is something you not only dislike, you might fear it. The tendency towards too much acceptance of the self and others is usually present. You must be encouraged to question life, or you run the risk of taking things for granted. Vitality is usually good and quite constant. You're not necessarily hard driving, unless other indications in your chart point to it, but your constitution is generally strong. At any rate, you are not as prone to the kinds of ups and downs that plague those with challenging aspects between the sun and the moon. This is because even though your life goals and your emotional needs are different, they are in harmony. Short description: she has lots of vitality. She likes public life, she is popular, and her company is appreciated. She is balanced, at ease with herself, and usually gets on very well with her parents or guardians. And they have a 218-degree conjunction between your sun and Mercury. Because your ego and your mind are usually on the same page, you possess much mental energy. You're always in a position to think about what you want, and in many ways, this is an interruption of your will. You are highly intelligent with a great drive to communicate with others. You invest a lot of pride in your intellectual capacities. Why can I not read today? I apologize. You may not always listen as well as you speak, however. You might be too busy thinking about what to say next, but you are very curious, and although you enjoy expressing yourself, you usually don't dominate conversations completely. As far as studying or learning goes, you are better off reading the material than listening to a teacher. These traits come from a strong need to take an active role in communications. It is very hard for you to passively listen and absorb information. Your opinions are usually strong, and you are an independent thinker. You tend to be proud of your opinions and thoughts and might easily get a bruised ego if you're not heard, if your opinions are pushed aside or ignored, or if your opinions are criticized. You are expressive and possibly a very animated speaker. You're also very witty, and others enjoy your playful and sometimes
Crying.
mischievous sense of humor. Also, you're trolling.
She dreads.
Apple, fight me. Okay, so let's see. So, twin.
Bruh.
What's the bruh?
All of this, bruh.
What do you mean?
Some of this, bruh.
What stuck out?
Bruh,
What?
man. I
Let's
don't
see. What
know.
stuck out the most to you?
Mm, I don't know. It was a lot you've read.
Okay, well, let me see.
Um.
Um,
Okay. Well, in the beginning it says, oh, I don't know about that part. Well, I'd
wait,
rather
what
you
part?
say it because I don't know.
Um, let's see. I do feel like you do make an impression on other people. You do have a very listen. You do have a very strong presence. I don't know if you always kind of realize that, but you
Mm.
do, because you are someone who you're very much you're a good you're a person that somebody that everybody likes to be around. You have like a personality that just really draws people into you, and you have like a very chill vibe that makes people want to be around you. And you are funny, you're a troll, your sense of humor, and like it isn't like other people's, but I feel like it still brings people in and stuff like that. And I feel I feel like you do have a, like, how do I say, you're not somebody who, you don't have like a very aggressive like approach to people. I feel like people feel more comfortable that they can just be open with you a lot more than other people, I feel like. And I do think that's a thing. Like, I don't know if you realize that, but you do have that about you. You do. But the one thing
Interesting.
I I don't know if the one part that kind of I don't know, but personally from knowing you,
Mm-hmm.
it says that you like the public life. I don't know too much about that.
Public. Who is he? Who is he?
That's the one part that I was like, that doesn't sound like twin. But I will say you are somebody who you do have popularity, whether you see it or not, and your company is
Bruh.
very appreciated. I do feel like that. And I do think you have a very you're balanced. I think that's the word I was looking for. You do have a very nice balance. And like that's what I
Bruh.
was saying
It
that
must be what all that damn earth energy's from.
yeah, probably. And I think that's why people feel very comfortable with you because it's not ever too much of one thing. Like there's like a decent like a balance and stuff like that. But that's what I
It took a
see.
while for me to get here, for sure.
Mm.
Because I used to be
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad that you're like that.
weak. Um, well, the self conscious is definitely something that um I very much feel. Because everything that I do, I feel like the part that I'm talking about is the first house part, and it says although you may prefer to project a strong image, that's very true. That's very true because I'm always inside my body. I'm always shaking in my boots. So it's definitely something. But I do like to feel like fake it till I make it kind of deal. Like I like to project that I'm strong because I want to be actually feeling like I'm strong. If that makes any sense. Um. Oof. And the avoid obsessing over what others think of you. That's I still be trying to do. Still be trying to do that. But more now, I feel like is way I've gotten a way. I definitely got better at that and not doing that because especially now that I can control if I want to be around people or not. Because before I couldn't do that. That wasn't a thing for me. So I definitely feel like that's a thing. I'm not
Mm.
making any sense, but yeah,
It does make sense. It makes sense.
I'm trying to think else that stuck out. Uh, um, hmm, I can't even scroll because y'all probably not even gonna be able to see nothing because the little thing jacked up. Um, yeah, I think that's the only part. I feel like it was some other stuff that popped out, but I can't remember what they are.
Okay. Okay. I realize I forgot one part.
It's okay.
You have a 89-degree conjunction between your Sun and Saturn, and it is easy and natural for you to accept responsibilities, to lead a rather ordered life, and to apply caution in your financial and business dealings. You rarely jump to conclusions or take uneducated risks. You have a certain amount of patience and enough self-discipline to but surely achieve what you set out to do. Although somewhat undemonstrative, I cannot read. You are generally loyal and responsible people to those responsible people to those that care about you. You take your time in most endeavors and generally use a step-by-step approach to most projects, but you steadily reach your goals. You are naturally trustworthy and you don't have much patience for those who don't show respect for others, who take foolish risks and who lead disorganized lives.
All right, well let's debunk this real quick. I do feel like I can take on responsibility. I feel like that if I make a commitment, I definitely make sure I follow through. If it involves other people, if it's just for me on my own behalf, I can like hang those up real quick. But if it has to do with anything else, anybody else, I definitely try my best to go through with it, unless it's something like extreme.
Hmm. Well, it
But
says
I
it's easy
can,
and natural for you.
yeah. But I did. This is this might sound a little bit bad, but hey, hey, Maya. Um, I did. I don't know if it was because of me not really settling in into my grandfather passing, but I did uh go to work like literally 2 days after he passed. Even though my grandpa, well, actually, both my grandpas, well, my both my grandpas and my grandma, my one grandma, not my other grandma that much, but I really have a really close connection with them. I don't know if it really didn't set in with me or what, but I still made sure that I took care of things that I made promises about. And I don't know. It might be weird for some people, but I don't know. But um also, I do not apply caution to my financials because they're in shambles, and
Relate.
I take a lot of uneducated risk all the time, and sometimes my life is disorganized. But I try my best to make sure it's organized, and I try to have self discipline, but it's definitely something that I work on. So yeah, there's that on that.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
The
I
moon. Oh, you about to say something? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I do feel like you have like really good self-discipline. Um, and you are very loyal and responsible. And I think from conversations we've had, I think you don't really like it when people take foolish risks. I think you do think
Bruh.
that people sometimes make dumb decisions.
I mean, I
And
do
who don't-
too, but some people be making worse ones. And I'll
exactly.
be like, what is you doing, baby? But,
Exactly.
you know, you know, I don't want to expose nobody, but, I'm just playing. Um, yeah, I try. But I do make foolish things. And I always let y'all know that I always do, because ain't nobody perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I gotta work it. Alright, so the moon. The moon represents the emotional responses, unconscious predestination, and the self image. The moon represents the emotions in the moon sign, shows how a person expresses themselves when at home, at ease, and comfortable. And my moon is in Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius people are extremely observant. They are lifetime students of human nature, loving to analyze why, oh my god, people do what they do. I'm shocked. This often stems from a detached, even shy personality, even in youth. Oh, especially in youth. Oh my god. Whether due to character or conditioning, oof. Moon in Aquarius people often grow up feeling, ooh, I can't get the, I keep saying, ooh. Although rather sociable, they are often loners, ooh, at heart. Many have strong egos, ooh, or at least powerful defense mechanisms, or and most lunar Aquarians will do their best to be the most unique and unusual person they can be. Their inner feelings of loneliness that they don't quite fit in puts them on the outside looking in. There's a very idealistic and progressive streak in lunar Aquarians that is admirable indeed. However, when they when the moon in Aquarius natives often will deny the more irrational qualities of emotions such as jealousy, possessiveness, and fear is an of effort to be above what they consider pettiness. When this goes too far, lunar Aquarians can be emotionally blocked, distant, and detached. Ooh, lunar Aquarians can be very willful, especially in childhood. With age, these natives generally learn to handle their strong needs. Their desire for independence is powerful indeed, no matter what their age. With a quiet sun and/or ascendant, their desire to shock others is not always apparent until a relationship becomes comfortable. Oh my god! They are generally proud of their family members, boasting just how unique they are. When their families are ultra conservative, the boast will be that they rebelled against all of that. Bruh. I'm in shambles. I'm weak. The ad libs. Although given to temper tantrums and willful behavior in youth, Moon and Aquarius people often grow up feeling that messy emotions are unappealing. They often pride themselves for being cool-headed, detached, and above. I don't know how Twin did this. It's probably because Twin already read her natal chart.
Been through that thing a million
Oh,
times.
oh my god. What they consider the more base emotions. In the process, they end up alienating them others and themselves. Although lunar Aquarians can be especially adept at understanding others' behaviors and motivations, they lose touch with their own simply because they have identified too strongly with what they aspire to be, and these aspirations are often superhuman. Oh my fucking this is too mad. The Aquarian tendency to be humanitarian shows up powerfully in Moon and Aquarius. However, their kindness and concern for others is generally more a broad philosophy. Oh my god, philosophy of life. With people close to the Moon and Aries. Oh my god, Aquarius. Natives can seemingly lack compassion as they often fully expect others to be as independent and detached as they are. In close personal relationships, however, lunar Aquarians generally give others a lot of personal freedom, and they will tolerate and enjoy all kinds of. Oh my god, Twin, help me,
Hold
itty.
on a second. I was being attacked by
Not the
the
tag.
chat because I had to keep trying to refresh the chat. Hold on
Oh
a second.
no.
Uh,
What to say, idios?
idiosyncrasy.
Thank you. And people around
Idiosyncrasy.
them. Thank you, because I was struggling. Moon and Aquarius people are rarely flighty people, but they can be unreliable when it concerns the little thing. Oh my god. Often this is simply as an assertion of their independence. In the long haul, however, they are rather constant, as Aquarius is a fixed sign. As long as they have their own space and the freedom to be themselves, however kooky they may be, they are trustworthy and loyal. Lunar Aquarians generally make wonderful friends. They make a point of leaving nobody on the outside. Many will fight for others' rights and crusade for equality. What may be surprising is that Moon and Aquarius people, people have a lot of pride. In fact, when they've been attacked in any way, especially regarding their character, they can become very inflexible and cool. It can be difficult to know just how sensitive to criticize lunar Aquarians are. Criticism lunar Aquarians are simply because they hide it so well. When their character or behavior has been criticized, they tend to dig in their heels and keep right on doing it. They fully expect others to accept them exactly as they are, and they don't have much use for them in their lives. These sometimes maddening, unpredictable people are nevertheless quite charming. They have an unmistakable stubborn streak, but when left to be themselves, they make unusual and endlessly interesting people to be around. Oh my god, life just wouldn't be the same without lunar Aquarians' unusual spin on the world and people in it. Bruh. She is sociable, intelligent, and lucid. Thanks to great sociability, she has many friends. She is modern, original, inventive, nonconformist, and is likely to bring new life to everything she does. Potential issue: she is eccentric with sharp mood swings, complex love life. Oh, wow, wow, wow. How long is this one? Okay, this one's not that long. Let's see. Moon in the second house. Very ingenious and inventive where earning money is concerned. May move around restless. I'm crying. When it comes to money, you can be generous and frivolous in your spending habits one day and frugal the next. You can be quite afraid of being in debt. And you need to feel that bills are paid in order to feel secure and safe. This is likely also true of savings, as you fear being without. Still, there are times when you can spend impulsively on a whim, and this is likely when you are feeling emotionally frustrated. You might also hold on to people quite tightly. Vanity can be an issue, bruh. You are often looking for admiration, and you can be quite dependent on others for positive feedback until you learn to develop your own feelings of self-worth. You are not as emotionally responsive as most people. You tend to hold back and wait before expressing yourself, and when you do, it is with deliberation. And then negative 32 square between the moon and Pluto. She has intense emotions and passionate feelings. She fears the loss of control of emotional and domestic matters, and can fear change, upheaval, being caught unawares, having the rug pulled from beneath her feet. At the same time, she attracts change and disruptions. The love life may be riddled with emotional scenes, jealousy, possessiveness because she attracts intense partners. There can also be expectations of a partner or partnerships. Well. I feel highly attacked. So Adriana likes being in charge. In the grand scheme of things, that is very true. I do. I do like being in control of things because it makes my anxiety feel better. But if I do have to collab with people, I know how to maneuver to be able to take in and collab with people and listen and create things and stuff like that. But it's just easier just to be able to do it yourself. That just goes the same thing. Like, you don't like doing group projects all the time. But with me and Twin, or how we do our stuff, it's so easy for us to be able to create things because we have so much in common.
True.
So it don't even really feel like work, to be honest, when we do our stuff, because we're always just hanging out and stuff.
True.
We be having to stop hanging out and actually do the work is the real tea. So I'm a weed creator. I'm screaming. Well, Twin, do you have any questions?
Let's see. Um. Oh.
Not the
Do you feel like
oh.
sometimes? Do you feel like sometimes you try to be above pettiness?
I would like to think that I do, but but sometimes I can fall into the petty. I'm not gonna lie, but I try not to. I try my best because I'm getting old. I cannot be doing those things. That's not for me. Now, when I have children, I'm definitely gonna be petty to them.
Oh my god! Wow, poor babies.
It's gonna be so fun.
The ancientness. I just can't. Oh, another thing that stuck out.
We got McDonald's money. Can't wait.
And what if they pull out McDonald's money?
I'm like, give me that money. That's
mine. Wow. I'm just toxic already. It says, the one thing that stood out is it says that you have a desire to shock others sometimes, especially when you're comfortable with people. Do you feel like you do that?
I do all the time. You would know, Twin.
I do. I get abused a lot. It also said that somewhere. I can't remember where it said that, but it said that. Yeah, that they like to secretly abuse people.
It didn't fucking.
It pretty much. So I'm trying to figure out where it is. I'ma find it because I commented on it as soon as I heard it.
I don't really. Well, sometimes I be. I'm crying, Sin. Y'all want no damn help. That's what she meant. Old. I meant to say I'm getting older, so can't be out here being crazy. So you robbing babies now. If they came out of my vagina, hell yeah.
Just toxic.
Your money's my money. I'm just like
toxic. But she ain't playing.
But okay, so what you were saying is that I do when they said that that we can be kind of like on the outskirts with people that we're kind of like kind of what you call it, like mellow and cool and stuff like that, but when closer with people that we're closer to, that it's a little bit more crazy. And that's the truth. That's how literally how I am. That's why I think a lot of people, when they get to know me more, when I trust them more, I should say, is that's when I let my personality out, because I feel like I don't know if I can trust these people. Don't know. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Twin, did you find it yet?
I'm still looking.
It's not in
Listen,
there.
it is. Oh, it also said that you're kooky. I wish Jet was in here to hear that kooky part, so I wouldn't have to be the only person to be called kooky. But it does say you're very trustworthy and loyal. So I do agree. Um, and you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like to
you.
leave people out. I do
No, I
agree with
don't.
that.
Mm-mm.
Um, I don't know where that part is. I know where it is though. That unmistakable stubborn streak. I definitely can see that.
Twin.
But I can say that
Oh,
because
wait.
we're one and the same in that sense.
Hey, Chrissy. Hi.
Hi Chrissy.
She leave me out all the time. The line. Y'all know if I
Mimi.
do, because my memory's bad. And if I do, y'all know how bad I feel when I do. So I make sure I don't the next time.
Mimi. Mimi can't even join people and stuff because she always be at the doorbell. So what she talk?
Stubborn like oodles. Got it.
Who said that?
Alright.
Ashley, don't play with me, Ashley.
Look at twins. About me. Don't play with me, Ash.
I can't find that part. I know I heard it, but I can't find it right now. I'm trying. But I do have a question.
Yes.
Um, do you feel like dang it, where'd it go?
Uh-oh. Said you don't supposed to ask it.
I do need to ask. I scroll right
Disappeared.
past it. Do you feel like sometimes um you do you feel like my bad, I keep saying you feel like. Do you feel like sometimes you're sensitive to criticism and that you kind of hide it sometimes?
Um, I'm gonna have to think on a situation. Oh, yes. I would say yes. Um, because sometimes if I do something and I feel like it's really cool, it's really nice, and if
Mm,
sometimes somebody tell me, well, I don't know about this. I do feel a little
mm,
salty. I do feel a little salty, but overall, I know that um, it's for the better. That they're trying to
mm,
help me, and it's not something that is like a personal thing.
mm.
Um, but
Okay.
yeah, I would say yeah. I'm a little sensitive.
All right. That's that Cancer in that house 7. Let me
On
stop.
the screen, we didn't even get there yet. Talking about.
I see.
Um.
I see.
All right. Ooh, that money
Now
part though
the
had me
money part.
weak.
Did you
All
feel like
right.
those were accurate or were those not accurate?
Mhm. 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 Oh, there was one thing I want to say about the love life, maybe riddle emotional scenes, jealousy. That was definitely when I was younger. I
Mm.
was very much crazy. I'll tell you out my mouth now. And Steve knows. Very much crazy. But I'm better now, you know? That's all that matters.
Just beat Steve a little bit now.
I've never laid a hand on that man except in a sexual way.
We've heard differently in the stream.
The lies.
Tell Steve to blink once if he's been beat.
He trying to get me banned on here.
Ooh, I scrolled too far. So now we get into this Mercury. Fuck Mercury. Mercury represents communication, Cartesian, and a logical spirit. And Twin has Mercury in Aquarius. Not necessarily loud or flamboyant, she has. I can't read. But she often has a quiet way of stirring others up, may delight in exposing what she deems biases in others' way of thinking, very quick to contradict others and to offer a different perspective. She enjoys intellectual debates,
Mhm.
amazing powers of observation, and a quirky way of looking at the world. Humorous and interesting, likes practical jokes and raising eyebrows. Very fair and objective. Mercury in house one. Lively, alert, penetrating, and ingenious mind. She expresses herself easily, a born orator. She always looks on the right side and is very adaptable.
Ooh.
You are mercurial in appearance or manner, especially if Mercury is close to within 10 degrees of the rising. You are restless, adaptable, changeable, easily distracted, versatile, and nimble. You enjoy talking, but might often monopolize the conversation or fail to listen. You might be too busy thinking about what you will say next to truly listen. You have a mischievous and even precocious manner. Lively and interesting, you quickly adapt to new situations. In fact, you treat most new endeavors with curiosity and great interest. Your first reaction to new stimuli is logical and curious rather than emotional. And they have a 669-degree conjunction between your Mercury and Saturn. She is precise and strives to be mentally organized. She is able to study, concentrate, and focus, and often has the patience to work towards a goal slowly but surely. She may take time to get communications just so, and prefers step-by-step directions. Respects tradition and rules, preferring a sense of order. 77-degree conjunction between Mercury and Lilith. Can be provocative in speech or communications, persuasive, interesting conversationalist, quick to see the flaws of a situation. Negative 3-degree square between Mercury and the midheaven. She has no specific aim in life. She might frequently change jobs or might bore easily, needing variety to keep interest in something. May be inconstant, but likes change, which gives her the feeling of living intensely. Lots of activity. As far as love is concerned, she may enjoy a full sex life.
Ooh, spicy.
I would like to point out this one part that says that you are quite mischievous and even very precocious. I do agree, Twin is a troll. Y'all don't see how I get trolled all the time. It's very toxic and abusive. That's why she over here cackling. Because she don't let y'all see the whole side of the abuse. Just the edited version. Like, imagine the abuse that I go through here, and then just think of it as like 30,000 times worse. See, she just over here cackling in the corner.
Because it's
I'm
so
being
fun.
abused. Toxic.
Listen.
But
chill out, mate. Chill out, mate.
But it does say you're very good with communication and stuff. And one thing that stuck out to me is it says that you're quick to see the flaws in the situation, and it also says that you're you tend to be more practical about the way that people kind of think about things. Like, and it's easy for you to expose the biases and like people's thinking. Cause like I know sometimes like when I'll be like talking to Twin, I'll be like XYZ kind of happened and I'll kind of see it one way. And then Twin will be like, maybe it's this, because I know for me, I tend to be the type of person is I just don't understand why people can't be better people, or I tend to always kind of feel like they should be this way, XYZ, like why are they not this? And then Twin's like, well, not everybody is, that way, not everybody is raised that way. Sometimes the Twin kind of has that kind of perspective. Humble, she admits it, you just don't listen, you're biased, because she's even said it before. But yeah, that's what I picked up that I can attest to.
Oh, I'm screaming. Well, I do try my best because I have been in Twin shoes. That's why I always try to tell her, like, even though we expect X, Y, and Z from people in life, that doesn't mean that we're gonna get that. I had to learn that several times the hard way. So I always try my best to be like a quote unquote outside looking in, especially when it comes to not my own personal things. I can always look at other people's stuff logically because I have no emotional attachment to that. But when it comes to me, I have emotional attachment to that. So shit get a little blurry. So when it comes to other people, I can be like, okay, that happened. Okay, maybe this is maybe why. But I never say that it's a matter of fact either when it comes to people. I just say that this is what I think, and that's just my opinion on the situation. But I never try to do any of that. But I always try my best to listen to, like I said earlier, try to listen to everybody's of what they going through. You better do. So here I got a whole adult playroom. I'm weak. Just at my desk, I guess. I'll be over here. I don't know if I know what you mean, cricket. I think that Robin, what, Lou? What? Mimi, what? Why are you lubing things? Bless you. We are moisturizing this house. I'm weak. Humble, I'm not gonna lie, I am a troll. I am. I love it so much. It's a part of me. I am she and she is he. I'm weak, Sim. It took a long time for me to even get like that, though. In all honesty. But I always been more on the logical side, like all my life. But it got more prominent when I got older, though. Because when I started learning more skills about not trying to be so emotional, especially when I was younger, it was more not even about like my my signs and stuff. It was more about my actual like experiences on in my family, like interacting with people and going through situations made me more emotional, and that's why I developed anxiety. So that stuff, so I had to try my best to actually think about things more and rely on my instincts. And that's why I told you guys the question of the year, my word of the year is intuition, because I have to rely on my intuition about stuff. And yeah, I don't know if I have any things in here. I think Twin said all the things. I expect people to know better, but they don't. I say fuck it. Yeah, you got to, because it's so much that you can do, Twin. It's so much you can do, literally. Thank you for that follow. Oh, it's Eric. Hey, Eric. Thank you for that follow, Eric. Welcome to Twin Tarot. I'm a little on the blunt side that you can't expect anything from people. But yeah, I had to learn that the hard way, Sid. That's probably why I only got a dash of Sag in my. If I had more Sag, I would be able to. I'm fired, not on fired. This one I was following the channel. I've been here before. It happens sometimes. It be happening sometimes. All right, let me get into my Venus here. Venus represents an interest in emotions and values and exchange and sharing with others. And my Venus is in Capricorn. Capricorn people will try to win your heart by displaying self-control. Oh yeah, I remember this. Somebody else had this. Displaying self-control, presence of mind, responsible behavior. Excuse me. These lovers want you to know they are goal-oriented, witty, savvy, and controlled. Nobody can get the best of them. They want you to see how competent they are. They like some measure of predictability in their relationship, as they are cautious in love. Venus and Capricorn people project an aura of competency. Please, oh my god, my words. And their loner-like behavior can be attractive in a cool way. Don't go Google Gaga for love, or at least they don't express as much. Their lovers may complain that Venus and Capricorns are a little too practical and deliberate. Certainly, they can come across as lacking in warmth and spontaneity. Truth is, they can be rather romantic souls who yearn for a partner who to share their lives with. Others' image of their relationship matters to them. They are conservative and willing to commit. Venus and Capricorn people are attracted to serious, goal-oriented lovers. They are a little shy in matters of the heart, but they don't want you to know it. If you like knowing where your relationship is headed, you will be mighty pleased with Venus in Capricorn. These people plan ahead in love, and unlike Venus and Pisces, they will let you know exactly where they and the relationship are at. Pleasing Venus and Capricorn involves showing them you are practical and realistic. They want to impress you in the things they do. Appreciate their saving for a rainy day attitude, and be aware that they want to show off in a quiet way. Just a dash. I'm gonna try to wait and see what it say. I'm gonna have to rewatch. Okay, Sin. So for this, when it comes to, I actually don't really care. Well, this doesn't. I don't really feel connected too much to Capricorn and Venus because I do like spontaneity, and it says that they don't. Um, I do like what else is it? Oh yeah, I do like people being goal oriented. People having an actual passion for things and actually serious about things. That's actually very much a turn on. Like if you can get your shit and do your shit, that is awesome. um, but I don't really do a lot of saving for the rainy day. I'm broke. Like what is that? Um, so and like the planning and all the other stuff, that's not really my thing. But sometimes I do plan. Sometimes it just depends. Um, um, and the willing to commit and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm in a committed relationship, so that definitely is there. Definitely. Uh, I am practical and realistic, very much so. Um, for most things, I think I am. Capricorn Venus for you is very true. It's saving for a rainy day for things that aren't monetary, because you do plan. I do be planning though. I do be planning. Okay. That aren't monetary. Yes, that's true. That is true. All right, and Venus in the first house, big-hearted. She is generous, altruistic, devoted, warm-hearted, lovable, and sweet-tempered. She is drawn towards the arts, music, song. She likes gatherings and parties. She may have big emotional highs. May crave and get a peaceful life in love. Love. You are likable, magnetic, creative, attractive. Why do I get creative? Oh my god, attractive and charming, and charming person whose heart is often on your sleeve. Unless Venus is very challenged, you are easy to befriend, diplomatic, and warm in self-expression. You tend to attract others to you quite readily and rarely come on too strong or aggressively. Negative expressions of this position include a superficial charm, a tendency to play dumb when challenged or in doubt, and two-faced, passive aggressive. They need to be liked by others, and or to keep the peace might lead to feelings of resentment or general unrest. If you feel that you give up your own power to others, you might find it difficult to make solid decisions. Your personal sense of style and manner are things that others find fascinating, and you generally pay great attention to how these things benefit you in life. All right. So for this, let's see, things that kind of came out to me is a tendency, negative expression, superficial charm. I feel like a lot of people may feel like my happiness that I have is superficial, but I don't feel like it is. I don't. Personally, I don't. Because I'm always like this all the time, so literally, you can ask anybody. But I feel like some people think that it's bullshit, but it's not. And a tendency to play dumb, when challenged or in doubt. When challenged or in doubt, maybe when I'm in doubt, maybe. When I'm not really sure about things, I might. I might be like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But when I'm challenged, I don't think I would. I don't think I would play dumb. I feel like I would definitely have to think about what I'm being challenged about for sure. But I don't think I would play dumb. Sometimes when I know, one thing I do play dumb is sometimes it's things that I know about because I know that I might be in the presence of people that feel like they always know more, and they always feel like they need um, to have that type of control. Sometimes I do because I don't want to have to square up on nobody. So sometimes I do let things slide, let people let things slide, let people tell me shit that I already know, and I just be like, oh, that's cool, okay, cool.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I do that. Um, so maybe that could make me two faced. I don't know. Can it? Don't know.
Twin, let me find out.
Don't know. Me playing dumb. I don't know. It could. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Passive aggressive behavior. I actually was talking about this earlier. Hello, Butter Dove. How are you? I was talking about this earlier in my Discord. Is that the question that I had was, what have you learned from your parents that you still carry? And one of the things is passive aggressive behavior, because my mom is very much that. My grandma is very much that. A lot of women in my family is very much that. And I feel like, honestly, that I've very much grown out of that, but I feel like sometimes in certain situations it can creep back on me. But I have to tell myself, nope, don't be petty. Don't be petty. Don't be doing. So sometimes I have to reel it in. But yeah, I've definitely in my past for sure had passive aggressive behavior. And Steve can let y'all tell y'all that I used to ignore the shit out of him. But anyway, the need to be liked by others, that was definitely a big thing for me when I was younger. And in order to keep the peace, sometimes I do feel like that in order to keep the peace, like I said, playing dumb, that thing definitely coincides for me with that. And it might lead to resentment and things like that. Definitely something more of like passive aggressive behavior is more of like the resentment type of thing, for sure. Um, but I don't let people have my power. If I do feel like that is the case, I definitely remove myself from that situation for sure, because ain't nobody taking my power. Period.
On poo.
Exactly. And then 198 conjunction between Venus and Mars. She is amorous and not a peaceful and calm lover, but a passionate one with a strong temperament. She is demonstrative in love and usually full enjoyment, healthy pleasures, and life to the full. Wait, what is temperament again? Isn't that like when you're kind of like angry?
Not necessarily angry, but you just have like strong like feelings, like,
Mm-hmm.
or you can be like kind of like temperamental sometimes, like be easy to get you from like one emotion to the next, kinda.
Mm. 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 Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely more of the. I would say I'm the more dramatic. And when it comes to my love life than Steve, he's a little bit more calm, I guess. And then 82 trine between Venus and Jupiter. She is good-hearted and generous, possessing a good character. She likes well-being. She likes well-being, comfort, a life of ease without problems. She has good relations with her social circle. She is easy to approach. All the same, she may fall in love easily. She has a successful partnership and professional life. People usually trust her. Let's see what jumps out to me here. I do like a life of ease, but I don't really have that. Without problems, that's not really realistic. um, I feel like I have a good social circle. I feel like I'm easy to approach. Um, I don't feel like anybody should be scared. Not to fall in love easy. Let me find out you finna find Elvis. I'm dead, Mimi. I will beat you. All the same, she may fall in love easily. Oh yeah, I read that. Successful partnership. I don't know what that's pertaining, but the ones I have now, I would think they are successful. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my, is this a part of it too? Okay. Got more things. I thought I should have read more earlier. All right, so 272 conjunction between Venus and Uranus. I want to say Uranus. Independent in love. Her love life is rich, but possibly with passing love affairs. Ooh. She can tire quickly and she can be scared of losing her liberty. Ooh. Traditional marriage may not be for her. She has that little something that attracts others. She likes amorous adventures or unusual pastimes. She is romantic, although a little detached and unpredictable. She is the eternal lover and is more likely to break something off than live untruly. She likes art, anything new. This is very much true. In except for the love affairs, have never cheated on Steve in her marriage, period. Because that's something that, if I ever felt like that, definitely would be something that I would communicate, period. Um, Traditional marriage may not be for her. If y'all actually listen to the podcast, I talked about, why I actually got married. You can go and check it out. It's actually in the religion one that we did. Let's see. I do like oh my god, unusual pastimes, and I like to be adventurous. That is very much true. And I am romantic, but I'm also detached and unpredictable. That is very true. Very much true. And if I don't and I'm more than likely to break off something if I'm not happy. That is very much true. And I like art, anything new. Oh my god, that's very true. All right, so the ability to get along with and accept people from all walks of life as friends is strong with this position. She can readily see through sincerity in others. In relationships, tolerance is the most important ingredient to her. I don't know why I read that like that. Oh my god. Her sexual preferences can be somewhat unconventional, and she may not be happy with her partner who tries to limit her sexual expression. She is usually quite capable of maintaining relationships that require a great deal of freedom and tolerance, such as long-distance romances or setups in which partners are unable to see each other constantly. Her style and love can be somewhat free and breezy and possibly non-committal. She quite naturally accepts the idea that her partner might need some personal space and freedom. Um, the channel points. Yeah, the Stream Elements one. Swim was saying earlier that they got jacked up. Everybody across the world, whoever got Stream Elements, their shit got deleted. So that's why all mine were messed up the other day too. I think when you checked yours, Humble. So I gotta fix that too. I mean, we gotta fix ours here too. Let's see what jumps out here. Yes, I do like freedom. And Steve is very much open to whatever I feel sexual preferences and things of that. He's very much open to whatever I want to do, which is very good. And I'm very open to whatever he want to do too. Not really other people like outside of our marriage, but definitely whatever that we want to do, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, and let's go down here. 179 conjunction between Venus and Neptune. Her professional life can be creative or inconstant. Am I saying that? She has a taste for the arts, can be a dreamer, and may be easily influenced and romantic. She is emotional and very sensitive. I say that is very much true. Pretty much all that is. Romantic, creative, gentle, and adaptable. You naturally express the finer qualities of mysterious and dreamy Neptune in your love relationships. Your imagination is rich and your fantasy world well developed. You are turned off by rudeness and crudeness and are drawn to beauty in its many art forms. You are very giving and generous, but maybe a little on the submissive side, or sometimes downright lazy, failing to take the initiative when situations call for it. I mean, that could be possible. Sometimes I am a bit submissive, um, but I feel like on the most part, I don't know if they talk about in the relationship part. Yeah, sometimes I am a bit submissive sometimes. But most of the time, I be on it. But anyway, 167 conjunction between Venus and North Node. This aspect indicates diplomacy and attractiveness. There's a certain luck in meeting others at the right times. There's a skill in harmonizing and much desire to cooperate rather than compete. Uh, Interesting. Um, I don't know what this means. This aspect indicates diplomacy and attractiveness. There's a certain luck in meeting others at the right time. I don't know if I ever met anybody at the right time. I don't know. I guess. I guess. There's a skill in harmonizing and much desire to cooperate. Cooperate. Oh my god. Cooperate rather than compete. Yes, very much so. That part definitely. I'd rather harmonize than be out here doing the most. That's too much. I would rather. You gotta give so much energy to be doing that. 153 conjunction between Venus and Ascendant. She likes everything beautiful, the arts, balance, and harmony. She is amiable, and sociable. She likes entertainment and has a lovely nature. I agree. I agree. I agree. Let's see. My bad. Okay. Reading. Are you meaning? Very true. You met all of us at the right time, and you have continued to build connections. All the parts. Oh, thanks, Eric. I don't know. I guess so. That's very true. The more I think about that, yeah. Because, in all honesty, when the whole thing, or when I was talking about on the stream the other day on the cookout stream, is that I my last photography job was I was working at a not the boutique, but I was working at a studio, and the contract that we had with that studio owner fell through, and I was pretty much bummed about that, and I was like, well, what else could I get into now? You feel me? And right before that, I think I was in school, and then right after that, that's when I started working at that studio with a makeup artist, and then right after that, that's when I started streaming. So I would definitely say that's true because I don't know how it happened, but it just happened, I guess. All right, in the Mars.
So Mars represents the desire for action and physical energy, and look, it's more Capricorn.
Bruh.
With fiery Mars in the more orderly sign of Capricorn, natives with this position have a subdued and controlled style of approaching life. Most don't come across as particularly enthusiastic. Rather, theirs is a low key but determined energy. Mars and Capricorn natives like to be on top of things. They're generally goal oriented and focused people who are not afraid of hard work. Most are achievers by nature, and many possess well defined ambitions, well defined to themselves more than anything. They're not particularly flashy people, but their drive to succeed and to make their lives secure is strong, even if it's not out there for the world to see. Anger is expressed in a rather cool, level headed way with this position of Mars. Self control is strong when it comes to expressing anger, drive, energy, and sexuality. Capricorn is a sign that detests waste of any kind and also fears disorderliness and letting go. With Mars and Capricorn, there's generally a powerful need to stay in control. This is not to say that natives of this position are cold in any sense of the world. The word I can't read. Their desires are strong, but they are often centered around the physical and material world, all that can be seen and held. With Mars in an earth sign, sensuality is expressed in an earthy way. However, unlike Mars and Taurus, for example, Mars and Capricorn is not self indulgent by nature. These people are usually quite disciplined. Capricorn possesses the ability to plan for the future, something that many other signs have difficulty doing. Mars and Capricorn natives are working toward realistic and attainable goals. They are productive people who who get off when they see tangible results from their effort. Many natives with this position are a little hard on themselves and sometimes others. They can usually be relied upon because they have an innate sense of responsibility to both themselves and those they care about. Most of them are very hardworking, and one of their strategies for anger management is to throw themselves even more energetically into their work. And Mars in the first house. She gets carried away a lot. She is provocative, impulsive, dynamic, and bold. Great spirit of enterprise. She has a great need for activity and may throw herself into projects without thinking of the consequences or possible setbacks. Her reactions to new situations are immediate and pressing, impulsive. Hold on, I can't read. She is active, energetic, dynamic, enterprising, and possibly even forceful or aggressive person. She tends to begin new endeavors with gusto, although follow through is not necessarily indicated by this position alone. Some might be rash, inconsiderate, or overly assertive. She can be fiercely independent, and she is usually direct and straightforward. Spontaneity is extremely important for her. Some might stir up trouble, whether consciously or unconsciously, when she is bored. So, Twin, do you feel like you stir up trouble sometimes?
Hell no. That's too much fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much work. I feel like maybe when I was younger, probably when I was, unless you talk about trolling, then yeah.
I mean, take it as you will. I don't know.
If I'm trolling y'all, then yeah, it's fun. Um, but like serious trouble, probably when I was younger. Definitely when I was younger. When I was definitely more impressionable. Definitely more when I wanted to feel like I can fit in and stuff like that. Probably
Mm-hmm.
more then because I let my friends dictate a lot of things in my life. Then that's when I was more not really logical when I was younger, very emotional, and just wanted to be accepted for sure. I definitely probably was more of a follower than a leader like I am now. So I can see that back in the day. But now, no.
um,
Hell no.
okay.
I'm too
Another thing that
excited for that.
not the two anxieties. Um, do you feel like you hate when people waste things, or do you feel like that's a thing for you?
Yes. Because y'all don't even know, even though I had to throw my all my makeup out that I used, I feel like it was a waste me doing that. Even though I didn't really try to look up to how to like disinfect it. I was just too scared to even try to even
Mm-hmm.
try to even risk it for going through that again. But I
Mm-hmm.
definitely feel like it was a waste. I hate wasting shit. That is definitely true. I hate it so much.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting because Twin hates hoarders and believes in throwing everything away,
Facts, but that's
everything,
still the
deleting
truth.
everything.
That's period the truth.
That's wasteful.
I don't care. I said what
See,
I
Twin,
said.
toxic. These contradictions.
I
But
don't care. I'm not gonna have all this stuff in here and make my mind cluttered.
stubborn, the stubbornness, this Taurus energy is coming out.
I'm
All
dead.
this fixedness. She is a hoarder shamer.
I am. I don't even know how you live like that. How do you walk through your house?
You asking the wrong question.
That is the
Um,
right questions.
let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It does say you're not very self-indulgent like Tauruses.
See, you over there talking about Taurus in me.
I mean, you got a lot of Taurus in
How
here.
about push it out of the way one step at a time? No. Throw it
Wild.
away. Yeet it.
See,
Yeet
you
it.
be
Yeah, yeah,
eating
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
then you need the stuff, and then you be like, I wish I didn't eat
I'm going to
that.
buy it again.
Mm, see. Twin out here on her rich people stuff.
No,
She
I'm
on
not. I'm gonna struggle to talk about it again.
Lord. Oh, not the animals buried under stuff. Ew. Okay. So you have a 14-degree trine between your Mars and your Jupiter. And it says she has a good sense of organization. She is jovial, frank, and sincere. She's full of dynamism and Did I say that correctly? I think I did. And abundant energy. She loves life, taking all it has to offer. She likes sports and the outdoor life. She is successful professionally and emotionally. She may have many children or projects and ventures. Twin is having 18 kids. I'm speaking it into existence.
Not with this body,
Um,
yada yada.
all the 18 children,
Maybe if I was
twin.
Steve's size, I would. You know
Twin.
how big I would
I
be
still
after 18 kids? I would be a whole
18.
Amber Land.
You not know damn Amber Link out of here.
No, ma'am.
We're speaking on it.
No, it
18
says
kids and counting.
projects and ventures. Very
Well, you have
much
18 kids,
me.
18 projects, and 18 ventures all at the same
Well, you
time.
must gonna be funding them. Thank you, Auntie
I
Twin.
don't know. I am the distant
Well,
auntie.
you better stop saying it, or they going to your
Don't
house
have a
every
TLC.
summer. All 18.
They gonna be neglected, and you're gonna go to jail for child neglect.
You're gonna go to jail
I'm be
for
like, I don't
child
even know.
neglect too, because I trusted you.
Mimi is toxic. Um, where was
I'm screaming. See how she be trying to be toxic?
Mimi is the toxic one. Oh my god, my cheeks hurt. She is honest and forthright in her dealings with others, and she tends to trust others readily. She can be a bit careless about spending money. However, this is probably because she is eternally optimistic that there will always be plenty around. The possibility of failure does not enter her mind, although success itself.
The lies that's being told right now.
Oh my god. um, my cheeks hurt so bad. The possibility of failure does not enter her mind, although success itself is not as important to her as enjoyment and happiness. Can be pleasantly competitive and good humored. 287 conjunction between Mars and Uranus. She possesses exceptional energy. She's impulsive but bold. She may take on risky enterprises for the good of the community. She will often pour tremendous energy into an endeavor. She has a great need for independence, insisting on her freedom of action. Very open to new methods and different ways of trying things, progressive, courageous, and innovator. Um, 331
Yeah.
conjunction Neptune. Her feelings are dominated by wisdom, intuition, and instinct and geared towards the ideal. She likes water and sea voice. She likes odd people and situations. Can often use a gentle approach to pursuing desires. 92-degree sextile between Mars and Pluto. She is ambitious with a great capacity for work and effort, self-confidence, and determination. Will stick it out to the end with her plans. You're committed, determined, and passionate. For you, it's all or nothing, and you are baffled by and possibly impatient with others who do things only halfway or half-heartedly. You're usually quite decisive and often unwavering once committed. You're certainly a passionate person and possess a fascinating and commanding. Um, I
You want
do
to
like that
start?
it says. I like that it says you're very good humored, very much because we
Hee
already know.
haw har.
Not the yeehaw.
Hee har
Wait,
har.
hold on now.
What?
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 Wow, humble. I'm talking about the cheeks on my face while I'm laughing.
Oh yeah.
Ow,
I was thinking that too, humble. That's why I laughed.
Christian, y'all
Oh,
are
Twin, you better get
toxic.
up and rub them cheeks.
Y'all are toxic. And y'all.
I ain't say nothing. She was reading though. So
And it does say that you're very and determined and passionate about your activity.
it's very true.
Do you? Oh, one thing. Do you feel like you take risks for the good of the community sometimes?
For the good of the community. What the fuck am I risking for the community? I don't feel like I have that much power to be risking things for the community. It's more risking for myself, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anybody under me or around me to be like risking things. To be called for the community, I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know about that one. But I do take a lot of risks. Yes, that is very true. Yep.
See, uh,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like you're very impulsive sometimes?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I am. I'm very impulsive. I do a lot of things without thinking. And that's why I need to stick to my intuition and not on my emotions, which I'm trying to relearn because it gets me in a lot of trouble. Like when I quit my job, when I worked at my first photography job that paid very well. The most money I ever made in my life was at that job, and I was feeling very frustrated, anxiety, all the things, and I just said, "Well, fuck y'all," and I just left. Very much an emotional thing, not a logical thing. Not thinking, "Oh, Adri, you have bills, and you have more bills, and contracts and things." And not even thinking about it, and that fucked me over, and it still's fucking me over. But yeah, I'm very impulsive. Hmm.
Oh, another thing. Do you feel like sometimes you can be very forceful and aggressive?
Depending on what it is, I probably can be. Yes. Hmm.
You're
Hmm.
very aggressively abusive towards me, so I will say that is very true.
Not you. Get out of here.
Very true.
But I can say that I am impatient with people that do things half-heartedly. That's very
Mm-hmm.
much true, and I do contest to that when it comes to things I take seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Twin about that before.
Mm-hmm.
I also tell all the models, anybody that I work with, that is very much of very much the Aquarius me kind of jumps out when it comes to. So no, actually no, that's not true. Actually, more, very much now that I see my Capricorn in here, that very much jumps out when it comes to business
Mm-hmm.
things. Is that I am a bit more aggressive, quote unquote aggressive, or more um what you call it, more leader esque, because people will definitely, what I've experienced in my life is that people love to walk over people who are nice, and that's why a lot of people, when I feel like when they meet me and they think they can get over on me, that they will take that for their advantage until they realize that I am not that. I am not the one. And then I have to let them know. That's why a lot of people that I've worked with before I do not work with again, because they don't appreciate people's time and energy. Just because it's the same for me, is that especially in a business part. Now, if it was just like a regular thing, like something that's not really significant. Just like, oh, we were supposed to play a game this day, you forgot about it. Oh, that's fine. That's not nothing that's serious to me. But when it comes to something that you made a commitment where, oh, we're supposed to have this shoot on this date at this time, and if you do not show up or if you come late, I'm going to be pissed. Period. I'm just letting you know. Because that means you do not respect me, especially if you do not let me know ahead of time if you're going to be late, and people don't text me or call me, because that's why we got the phones for. You feel me? Even if you're not going to come, just let me know that you can't come. That's it. That's all I ask. If you can't give me the decency that I would give you, I feel like that's very much disrespectful. So it's very annoying. Um, expect supposed to be together. Not really. But like I said, if it's outside of things that don't really matter, if I'm going into a business type thing with you, I would expect you to have the same. But when it comes to anything else, like that's just a random thing, like we're supposed to watch a TV show or we're supposed to go to do other things, that's fine. I don't care. As long as I didn't spend my money, my time, my energy getting ready, doing something, spending money, getting on the bus, because y'all know I ain't got no goddamn car, get on the bus, doing all this other stuff. No, man. That's when you're going to get the whole shebangy. is that please don't do this because I respect you, so please respect me. Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah. Sorry about that, but that's just something that it irks my nerves, grinds my gears.
I feel that. Definitely can relate.
Yes.
Now we're on that
Lilith
good old.
in a quaqua and a quaqua. What you guys saying down here? She's so aggressive toward me. I'm weak. Naya, where the fuck you been? uh, Stands that order expect supposed to be together. You better be on time and dress, honey. We ain't got all day. I'm weak. Just try to see it, Miss B. I'm weak. Has caps in Saturn. Caps everywhere. Actually, relax. I'm dead. Okay. So the Black Moon Lilith represents our darker and deeper natures that may be repressed or buried. She may have felt ashamed or uncomfortable for wanting to be a part of a group, team, community, or for being one of the crowd. She can feel quite weary of people who seem to need these things. The answer is not to reject these basic needs, since her behavior can be confused and extreme if these traits are denied. I do feel sometimes, because personally, I'm pretty sure that maybe y'all don't feel like I'm weird, but I personally feel like that I'm weird, and I always felt that all my life. And when it comes to, sometimes I do want to be a part of the group, just a regular, schmegular. That's why the things that happened when I was younger, like I said earlier, that I was doing a lot of things that was not really in my character to be doing, doing like following other people and doing dumb shit and just things that is not good. um Definitely put me in a lot of situations I did not want to be in. I put myself in a lot of situations trying to be a part of a group, and when I realized that I need to stop doing that because it's not working for me, it's not doing nothing for me but making my life worse, is when I just accepted that me being me by myself is fine. Me being me and hanging with people that are like me is fine. I really don't want to put myself in places that I don't feel comfortable in, but I know that I do need to push myself in some ways because that's how you progress. But I feel like if I keep getting the same feeling every time and that red flag keeps popping up every time, I'm gonna dead it. Point
Gotta
blank
protect
period.
your peace.
Because like I told you guys, this year is my word of the year is intuition. So I'm gonna go ahead and lean on my intuition and just not be around certain people and things because it's not beneficial for me when it comes to my emotional stability and feeling my self-worth. I don't feel like I need to have to, even though sometimes I do still feel like this, it still creeps in, that I want to be accepted for who I am, not for somebody that I'm not. That is still a thing because that's why I love up on y'all who I really get along with, because I do want that acceptance, because that's just a part of human nature, unless you have like unless you're like not really, I think that's in all human nature, unless you have like a psychological thing happening. But I still do very much appreciate my independence and being by myself and stuff. Welcome back, humble. But yeah, like I said, yeah. Alright, so the North Node, or the South Node. The South Node represents our overdeveloped character traits. We are talented here, but if we overdo this area of life or hold on to these traits to feel secure, we may stagnate. The North Node points to the qualities that we need to work on and develop to achieve inner balance and fulfillment. And the North Node is in Capricorn. Oh my god. In the first half of life, she may hold onto her past, childhood, or the freedoms of life when there are fewer responsibilities. She is she is sensitive, loyal, wonderfully warm, and nurturing. However, happiness and satisfaction come from accepting and embracing responsibilities. Denying her need to excel in the outside world has a way of holding her back. Learning to be more self sufficient improves her life many times over. Okay, so now with this part, I definitely agree with holding on to my past, my childhood. Definitely um, um, is a thing. Holding on to things like that. That's definitely a thing. I have problems with that, with certain things. Um, and like I said, I am sensitive. I am not gonna lie, I am. In the loyal part, well, the loyal just keep coming up. These ain't loyal. I'm just playing. But yeah, I am. I feel like I'm pretty loyal. For those of you who been around me, I feel like I am.
I
Um,
agree.
thanks a lot. Happiness, satisfaction, embracing responsibilities. Yes, I feel that that is true. Denying her need to excel in the outside world has a way of holding her back. That's very true. It's one thing if you guys don't know about me, don't, I really don't really like social media all that much. But because of the things that I love, I have to be a part of the social media world. Even though it's so much like awesome things on the internet, but actually like the social part of it is really annoying for me. Like I like communicating with everybody. It's just that the way that some people are very much, how can I say this? Like, hmm, the way that people very much are, hmm, over, overly, overly doing things, I would say, is really not really what I'm into. Like, it reminds me of when I was younger, so I try to stay away from things like that. Like, overly feeling like they need to be accepted. Like, doing a lot of things for attention online, and like saying a lot of things that are like, I be looking like, what the hell? And doing a lot of things like that. It's really like, oof. It's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's stuff that I want to stay away from. I don't really like being around people that are like that. Because it's not really the thing. I've noticed you log off, baby, and that's great. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I kind of talk to you guys that I see on my timeline, all the things that y'all have done and stuff like that. I love seeing all that stuff, all y'all success or whatever that y'all doing in y'all life. I love seeing my friends thrive. It's just that the extra shit I don't really like at all. I hate it so much. Like, calm down, guys, calm down.
Calm
Go read a
down.
book or something. I don't know. I feel like it should just. I have unrealistic thoughts about social media. Like I think I wish it was more positive, more than anything. Um, so yeah, that's just my thing. But I know that I need it in order to be able to be successful. And the things I love, like photography, art, all the stuffs, you know. Um. Okay, sorry I took so long. I was playing things. I'm sorry. Okay, the North Node in the first house. She is brilliant at negotiating. She is learning to assert herself, express herself more plainly and confidently, and act with more independence. Moving out of her comfort zone for her is developing, excuse me, her autonomy. Oh my god, autonomy. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
You
it,
did.
it is a fabulous lesson that boosts her relationships. Once she learns to embrace her independence, close partnerships can be happier and more fulfilling. Fear of making poor decisions can keep her in a state of fear. It is better to make some poor decision and bounce back than to stay in a state of limbo. Qualities to develop: boldness, decisiveness, independence, and assertiveness. I definitely think that's true. I don't know about the negotiating, child. I don't know about that, but definitely try to exert myself and express myself more confidently, plainly, and confidently. I am working on that. I feel like I'm way better than I used to be. And making poor decisions, I do that all the time. But sometimes I do stop myself from doing things because of being in fear. It's always like the good things that I should be actually like sharing art stuff or like projects I'm working on and stuff like that. I'm trying to be more better at doing that. I don't know why I have more fear about that than making other horrible life change, life risk changes and things in my life. But yeah, and we're getting into the houses.
So, house one is the area of self identity. The ascendant is a sign of how one acts in life. It is the image of the personality as seen by others and the attitude that one has towards life. 1 second, my voice is cracking.
Oh no. Take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down.
And would you look at that? More Capricorn. Ascendant is Capricorn. There's a seriousness to Capricorn rising people that is unmistakable. Even when they're joking around, it's of the deadpan variety. In fact, plenty of very humorous people have Capricorn ascendants. I would just like to say, if y'all know Twin at all, Twin's catchphrase is "I'm screaming," and literally the joke has always been she says "I'm screaming," but her face is completely blank, like literally, even her emote is the same way. But yes, it's very deadpan because she be out here. But the fact that they don't, it's on the timing and the fact that they don't giggle before the joke is over. Capricorn ascendant people project competence. They simply ooze it. They're generally very image conscious people. The clothes they wear and their manner are a big deal for them. They want to appear successful and they generally succeed. Often the ascendant persona is one that is forced upon us by family conditioning. For example, parents may label their Libra ascendant child the nice one, their Aries ascendant child the independent one. Gosh, hold on.
Take time.
And their Pisces child is generally the space cadet of the family.
Space cadet.
We adopt these roles as familiar ones and often carry them with our defense mechanisms in some ways or another for the rest of our lives. In the case of Capricorn ascendants, those were the children who were considered the responsible. Sometimes it was they themselves who looked around them and felt the need to be the structured, dependable, and responsible members of the family. So often Capricorn rising people adopted a strong sense of tradition, family, and responsibility at a very young age. Capricorn rising people are generally big on family and forever worry about security for themselves and their dependents. They come across to others as hardworking, competent, independent people. What others may not see under this cool, even, suave exterior is an inner struggle. They often ask themselves, am I doing enough? Do I deserve all this? How can I make things better? They worry a lot about the future. If success seemed to have to come easy to these folks, it hasn't. They just made it look that way with a patient, hardworking, and driven personality. Some Capricorn rising people practice some form of self-denial. They know how to do away with the frivolous. Still, they'll spend money on the clothes they really want, the ones with the right labels, and other status symbols. Although they are rarely showy, their quiet air of success is often a result of conscious effort. More often than not, Capricorn rising individuals are success stories. Their childhoods may have been difficult, but they slowly but surely turn their lives around. Saturn rules this ascendant, and it generally means a kind of backwards way of living. As children, they are serious and bear a lot of responsibility, and as they grow up, they age beautifully, learning how to loosen up. So, Twin,
Bruh.
does any of this sounding like you are?
Out of me and my sister, I feel like that's very interesting that they say that I'm more of the responsible one. I guess in some aspects, yes, and in some aspects, no. Some aspects, my sister is, and then some I'm not, and then vice versa. But I do hold my family, especially my immediate family. I do hold them very close, and I am very big on family. But the other part, am I doing enough and do I deserve this and how do I make things better, is very much literally me every day. Literally me every day, all the time. Um, I feel like I'm hardworking, especially in the things that I really, I'm passionate about, definitely.
Mm.
Um, um, it said there's something about the self denial. What's that part about? About how we spend money and stuff?
Um,
The right
hold on.
labels and stuff. I don't really get, I don't care about that because I shop at Dollar Tree, period. I've never been that person that literally, even my sister can say this. My sister was with that girl with the Jordans, with the, this is back in the day, y'all, now, before I say these things, the Jordan, she used to wear the Jabos, she used to wear the, Beyonce line back in the day, all
Yes,
the
dear.
things. She used to do all the things, but I was so knowledgeable that my parents weren't very like had a lot of money, so I always was like very conscious about that. And I'm like, I don't need that stuff. I always tell my mom, even when my mom used to give us like money, I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. And
That
I'm
goes
still
back
like
into
that
the
to this day.
responsibility.
Well, that could be. That could be. But my sister was always like that, which I never felt like I was lacking of anything because everything that I did have, I did actually like. Um, so yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like I'm. I don't feel like I'm showy. I don't think I am. But y'all let me know if I am. I don't feel like I am, but yeah, like I said, I do work hard on my things though, and I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to. I don't really like to be come off as that person that. That's why a lot of y'all didn't know that I did photography. A lot of y'all didn't know I do certain things because I'm not really that person to be like, well, whoop, whoop, the bam. I know how to do all these things. Like that's not really
Mm-hmm.
my thing because I'm so self conscious about my own shit that why the hell I'm gonna be doing all that? Now if somebody asks me about it or anything like that, then I'll let you know. But other than that, I'm not really the person to be like, well, I do this, and that. Not really me. That makes
That
me
goes back into
uncomfortable.
what it goes back into what we talked about earlier. I can't remember your moon. I can't remember if it was your moon or in your sun, but when we talked about how sometimes it's like you don't feel the need, because I know this is something we talked about like once, or that we had this in common. It's like you don't really feel the need to always be the person in the room to say, I know this, this, and this, or I do this,
Oh
this, and
yeah,
this.
definitely.
Whereas some people will just
Mhm.
be like, they'll try to tell you stuff not knowing, like, I know this, or I am educated and versed in this too. And people
Mhm.
will kind of try to tell you that. And that's something that we had talked about before, like earlier too,
Mhm.
that's a thing too. Oh my God, my voice. I'm so tired of
Because the last thing I want to do is come off as somebody that is better than anybody.
this.
I
Mm-hmm.
hate that shit because I hate it when it's done to me. So I always try my best not
Exactly.
to step on nobody's toes. But I know when
Exactly.
I need to speak up about things, I try my best to. But other than that, I don't really see what's the point of me boasting about any of that. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Do you feel? I'm
dumb.
sorry.
No, I'm just
No.
over here being toxic. Nothing.
And do you feel like you've learned, like you've loosened up a lot more, like as you've grown older, or do you think it's the reverse? Do you think you're more you're more serious now than you were younger? Think you're loosened up more, or as you older?
Um, I feel like I have a more because it's very weird because I was very um definitely way more emotional when I was younger, but I also thought about a lot of things, but my
Mm-hmm.
emotions always conquered over my thoughts. So any logical thoughts I did have, they got wiped away. Welcome back, Trini, and but now I feel like I have more of a balance. But sometimes they teeter totter. Sometimes that's when I disappear. But for the most part, I feel like I have more of a balance now. I feel more level headed than I have ever in my life. And I wish I had this when the most important times when I needed it. Like big decisions, big rash decisions I made in my life. I wish I had what I have now, a more clear thinking thought process about certain things. So yeah.
All right, all right. So now we get into this house two. The second house is the area of material security and values. It rules money and personal finances, a sense of self-worth, and basic values, personal possessions. And Twin has Aquarius in house two. Success in professional life won't take place without the help of friends and protectors. While she may earn enormous amounts, she can lose almost as much.
Oof.
Best financial success through networking with others might succeed in a business on the internet. Most profitable business may be unusual or innovative one. Efforts should be made to better organize finance.
Period. Literally. Um, and I suck at networking, but I try my best. I suck, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to do all these things. Um, and whatever friends that's going to help me and my protectors, thank you in advance. But I do need to organize my finances way better. Disney first of all, silent. You weren't here for most of the dragging part. That's probably why.
Silent needs to worry about filling out that natal chart. That's what Silent needs.
Because I've been dragged. You just ain't seen it. I was shook earlier today. And on top of that, a lot of this stuff, even though it's very uncomfortable, I talk about all the things, whatever that questions are. If you have any questions, I will answer them. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So house three is the area of social learning. Aries in house three, straightforward in speech, lively intelligence. She's ambitious. She is always ready for innovative. Initiative. I cannot read today. Any initiative requiring change or novelty. Sometimes this position suggests an only child or competitiveness among. Do you feel like there was ever any like competitiveness between you and your sister growing up?
Hmm. Maybe. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. When I was real little, I always wanted to do what she did. So. But competitiveness?
Okay. So house four is area of the home, family roots, deep emotions / sense of self-worth. You have Taurus in house four. Can make a good period, I guess. I don't I don't know what that was supposed to be. A good dot. She may prefer to be at home with immediate family for company. She appreciates comfort, peace, and quiet. Simple but good food, chicken. Will take
Bruh.
care of what she owns wisely. Do you think you're a homebody twin? You like to family?
Thank you for the whole jet. Am I a homebody? Hell yes. I am.
Mm-hmm.
And
You like to family all the time?
yes, I do. I love being around my family. They make me feel good. But do I want to live with my family? Hell no. But being around them, hanging out with them, I love it so much. And
Twin likes family chicken.
I'm crying. I do like chicken. Bark, bark.
No, you love chicken.
Mm-hmm,
Thick chicken.
I'm not a serial killer. And Trini, we already went over that. Compete. I'm that girl already. I'm dead home. That is not true. No, man.
All right. House five is the area of creative self-expression, romance, entertainment, 18 children, and gambling. And you have Taurus in
Twin, I
house
will
five
beat
too.
your ass.
A pleasant home, a charming partner, loving and sweet 18 children, nice little
I
of
will
chicken,
beat
a pleasant evening with the
your.
loved one, the good life. Look at Twin.
I will beat your
Her and
ass,
Steve,
man.
they 18 kids. They're gonna eat chicken every week. And they're gonna be happy.
Bruh.
I can't wait.
Nah, I'm calm like one. I see. Um, I will beat you. I'm not having 18 kids.
I said what I said. Gonna speak it into the universe. Gonna have 18 kids.
This is something I would like. I would like a nice, quaint home and like a mini
Mm-hmm.
farm and like maybe like 2 kids.
18.
Preferably twins, so I could just dead it real quick. And
Twin.
then
How many
what?
times?
Just one twin. And then yeah, that would be nice. And go on
You get to have.
vacations and
You're
all
gonna
of
have
that.
twins 9 times,
Not
and
calm
that's
folks are
okay.
killers. Silent, if you were listening earlier, I told, well, it said in my chart that I do come off as a like a calm, strong demeanor, but in the inside I be shaking in my boots. I
And
just can't be
abusive.
doing that all the time. I can't be out here shook it.
She wants 19 sets of twins, and they're all gonna
What?
be,
Hell no.
and they're all gonna be Cancers or No, they're all gonna be Pisces.
You out
Aren't
your
Pisces like the
flipping
most known
mind.
serial killers on there? Weren't like that
Well,
little
I'm not a
serial killer
serial
thing they
killer.
did? No, I'm talking about Silence. And Silence said you
Silent,
sound like
a
a.
serial killer.
I think Pisces had the most. Hi, Jet. How's your day? Well, Gemini's, Pisces are all the same thing. Um,
I'm
House
dead.
6. Uh, the sixth house is the area of learning by material transaction. Gemini on house 6. Good assistant, sales rep, jack of all trades. A weak point, the nerve. Sometimes also the love.
Well, good assistant. I feel like I will be a good assistant if somebody needed me. Sales rep, hell no. Jack of all trades, very true. The nerves, I feel like I got some shit fucking up with my nerves and my legs. Um, and I also used to have asthma. Mm-mm-mm.
Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, all right. That Cancer.
Bruh. Let's see. The seventh house is the area of one-on-one relationships, as such as marriage and partnership, and of social and intellectual action. Um, Cancer is in my seventh house. This can point to a rather strong marriage or partnership, a nice little family. The partner may not always be easy to live with due to moodiness. Very much facts because Steve is a Gemini and he's very moody. Um, and the eighth house is the area of emotional security and the security of the soul. And my 11th house is in Leo. Um, she should probably watch for a tendency to want to control joint resources, but she can be generous with others, proud. It's wise to have a regular checkups on the heart and arteries. Bruh, I'm finna die. Um, Watch for tendencies to want to control joint resources. I wonder what that means. Hmm. Um, and in the ninth house is the area of learning that shapes the identity. Libra is in my ninth house. She likes justice, honesty, loyalty, and would make a good lawyer. I love all those things. I would not make a good lawyer. Too much anxiety. Let's see. And in the 10th house. Hello, Freya. Are you too new to astrology? Yes. Well, I am a little bit more new than Twin is. I'm new to this game. But, I'm following my intuitions on things. There's one thing I've noticed that keeps popping up in my whole natal chart is they keep saying loyal in every fucking thing. And I'm over here like, that's true, but damn, they gotta keep saying it 20,000 times?
Have to let you know.
Like, I understand. But the thing is, me and Twin, have talked about that before. About my loyalty is very much strong. Period. But, you know, I have to think logically too. Also, you know. Because if you do the crime, you got to do the time. Period. Let's see. And then in the 10th house is the area of material action. The midhaven represents the work one will do in one's life and the place one will take in the world society. It becomes more important as one grows older. And mine's in Scorpio. Oh. She likes professions that involve a certain risk. She likes to investigate. She is curious by nature and takes taking risk and fighting to succeed. Oof. Well, a certain risk in professions. Well, I guess I wouldn't like a mundane job, if that makes any sense. I already told y'all several times I take risks, and I am fighting to succeed every day, every goddamn day. And then in the 11th house is the area of search for social and intellectual security, and that's also in Scorpio. Ooh. She likes to debate endlessly with friends who dare to share her ideas. The discussion can lead to words or even verbal sparring. Very much true. I've done this several times. I've done this several times with twin. I've done this several times with twin. We debate sometimes.
We do?
Yeah.
I can't recall any real time.
Maybe it was with Mimi then. Well,
probably.
Sometimes we don't all share the same thing, so sometimes we talk about certain things in different perspectives. I do like debating, though. I do like seeing people's different. It looks like what? Because
me and Twin tend to be. We usually be on the same page most of the time.
True. Well, maybe it's mostly with Mimi then, because you know Mimi is on that Scorpio too. But sometimes I be over here doing the things. I like debating though. Period.
I do too.
Yeah, I like to see what people, not the crackle, I'm crackling, but I like to see different people's point of views and challenge them because I like to be challenged too. The 12th house. Huh?
Oh no, I was gonna go ahead because I'll mention after you finish.
Okay. The 12th house is the area of education and emotion. This is where we meet our karma dealings with endings, and sometimes we bury things. And that is in Sagittarius. Sin. Problems abroad or with foreigners or flight abroad. Exile is possible in stream.
Twin, you finna get deported?
Well, y'all know I can't go overseas.
They're gonna deport you. What are you gonna go overseas?
As y'all see, we can't go overseas. Well, I can't go overseas. Y'all let me know how that is, because I'm banned apparently.
The one thing that kind of stood out in your in your 10th house was that she likes to investigate, because that's very true. Because Twin always trying to find. I think that's something we also have in common. Always trying to find, like, to make things make sense to us, because that like very practical side and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to like. So if we see something, we're like,
if something
"What is that?"
I always want to know what it is.
Exactly.
Like, what's the problem? And another thing is, I definitely, when people react a certain way or act a certain way, I do kind of go think about, like, okay, so even though it's very weird to think about it, but I always be like, okay, so how are they brought up? How is their family life? How is I be thinking about stuff like that. When people like are too just be into things just so crazy, I just be really thinking about that, like, what's the problem? Who hurt them?
And that kind of goes back to earlier when we were talking about the thing that you're more understanding people like backgrounds and stuff like that, because like earlier, because like earlier what I was saying is like one thing with like me and Twin is like the one difference between us is, for me, with when I see people wilding out, like, because I think I also think about like, why is this person like this? But I think for me, I'm more so like, why can't they be this way? Like, why are you acting this way? Like, you should know better. And then twins more so like, well, not everybody grows that way, so you have to kind of look at what might make this person this way. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think we both are very practical because, aquas, we don't really think about stuff in emotional ways, but people around us do. And I think twin is definitely better at looking at these, understanding the people's emotional side versus me. Like, I don't, like, I just be like, I don't care about people's emotions, stuff like that. But twin is definitely the more
I
like,
try to.
you do a very good
Cause
job at it.
some people just, it's just like ain't no helping them.
That is very
Cause
true.
it comes to a point where you understand why people act the way they are, but it's up to that person if they want to change.
Hmm. And that's why twin be calling people a little bald headed.
Yeah, when I get frustrated, I just get over it. I just be like, fuck it. They just
Very
gonna do what
true.
they want to do. It's up to you if you want to put up with it.
Very
Cause some
true.
people, some things in certain situations is worth putting up with. Like me and Steve felt like it was worth putting up with our bullshit that we got in our lives separately that we deal with, and it was worth putting up with. And the same thing with friends too. Same exact thing. Like, are certain friends some bullshit they go through? Is it worth putting up with? And if they're uh, honestly and truly real friends, they will listen to you and try to understand your point of view and understand what they did wrong in the situation and understand what, even though a lot of people know how to point out what other people do, but they don't know how to point out what you do. I mean, that themselves do. So it's like sometimes we get um too wrapped up in our own emotions and not think about, even if that person did something that was very unforgivable, you also have to think about what was my part in that situation. Why did I allow certain things to get to a point for that to happen? Or why did I even give them a second chance? Or why did it could be anything. You also have to take accountability in that relationship, regardless if it's mainly not even your fault. You still have to. But that's how you accept it and just move on and get out of it. But like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and still trying to understand life in itself. And it's not easy at all. At all. And that's why I don't. I always try to give people the opportunity to be able to have adult conversations, because and I say adult conversations because they're uncomfortable. Children don't have conversations like this because they feel uncomfortable. They don't know how to speak their minds about stuff. So it's better to have adult conversations, especially if you care about people. If you don't care about them, then fuck it. Just move along if you don't care. But if you care about somebody, make sure, no matter how painful it can be, make sure you give them space, first of all. Second of all, make sure y'all are level-headed when it comes to talking about things. And then talk about the things. Maybe even write down what you need to say so you don't forget nothing. And make sure you actually actively listen to what they say. And that's why I said you need to actually calm down before you get into a talk to anybody. Because if you not, especially me, sometimes especially if it's something that's directly dealing with me and I'm upset, I definitely have to chill out before I say anything, because I have to think logically, not emotionally. So I really stop myself for engaging in people. If I have a direct problem with them right then and there, I have to stop and just be like, we'll talk about this another time, because at this moment I will regret anything that I say, because it's not how I truly want it, because you're just upset, so you just think about those things right in that time. Thank you for that follow me, baby. Welcome to Twin Tarot. I'm a child, uncomfortable always. Oh, I'm gonna fight you. Yeah, that is that Pisces. It gotta be. Listen to understand, not listen to respond. Exactly. Definitely. Especially for somebody you care about, because unless when it comes to sometimes you can't care about people that are ain't shit, and that's just period. Sometimes you care about people that ain't shit, and you know they ain't shit, but you still love them anyway, and it's up to you if you still want to have them in your life or not. Um, cause I've had plenty of, well, not really plenty. I've had some. I can count on one hand how many times I've had that happen where I could not get through to people, and or I was the person that couldn't get through to, and relationships ended because probably at that point I was not as open as I am now. Probably 100% was when I was younger, probably high school, and when I was acting a plum fool. So I definitely was very more emotional then, and not be able to receive what I needed to, and or early 20s as well. So definitely my early 20s too. I was still a hot mess then too. I had to go back to your own. I'm weak journey. I already know what my reading's gonna be like. Y'all beating me. I'm weak. No, we not. My life, including myself. Twin, shut your ass up.
Why would you tell me to shut up? How very Capricorn of you.
Well, how very Leo of you to cut yourself out of
I
your
have
own
Leo
life.
in. I don't have Leo and only a Leo would never. They like the attention too much.
Thank you for that follow, Freya. Welcome to the Twin Tarot. What'd you say, twin?
I said a Leo would never, and I have Leo in exactly one placement, ma'am. You have
A
Capricorn
very
in like
high
8.
placement.
Nope, nobody cares about rising signs. They don't
I
matter.
do.
Well, you don't matter. Love you,
Wow,
twins.
see, look at that Leo. Well, you
I
don't
love
matter.
twins so
Look at that.
much. No, the Leo would never say that.
Bruh. Kai over here. I'm finna fight Kai. Kai, go stream.
Kai is a hypocrite. Very much a hypocrite.
But yeah. Thanks you guys for being here and listen to my things. I hope you guys learned some things about me. I definitely learned some things about me. Not they will be alright. I'm weak. Unfollows Kai. I'm dead. No problem. Ain't no problem. So our next one will be whenever silence signs up.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, me and Twin are gonna be also having some content on Pisces and or what else? Podcast things as well.
As
YouTube
always.
things. We're actually streaming on our YouTube right now. So if you're not following, go ahead and follow. We're gonna be actually uploading some of our podcasts on YouTube as well. If you want to know for our previous ones, because we do have some readings on there that we've done, which is we have Jet and Trini on there, so those will be uploaded on YouTube for you guys to watch as well. Please don't. I'm nervous about this, but I'm a private person. That's okay. We won't push you to talk about anything you don't want to, Silent. We never do that to anybody. And I will fight you. You lie. You guys. And we have some other ones to upload as well. Cause I think I still have Breeze. We have a couple of them. We didn't get a chance to save all of them because they're so big of a files that we just couldn't, or we just wasn't quick enough to. Cause Twitch loves to delete stuff real quick.
Twitch
So
takes our rights away.
yes. So we'll upload the ones that we do have. Um, but if we don't have it, and if you want to be on the YouTube, we could probably make that happen for you. Probably if we do like an in depth for you or something like that, we can probably make that happen.
Which you can always redeem in our store once we get our
Yay,
points
yay.
figured out again.
Yeah.
Because stream elements, everything disappears. So we're gonna give everybody a set amount because we know you guys had a lot before everything got deleted. So hopefully,
Yay.
if we've already done your natal chart, if you go to the store, you can redeem a deeper look where we get more in depth and we talk about, all the other parts that we don't usually talk about and, reach all a bit more. Because the other stuff, like I said last time, like with me and Twin, we're looking at the other parts, like your, like the vertex and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and how it just explains a whole lot more and all those different parts. Like, it's very interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested in that, make sure you go redeem that so we can do that one day.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, we also, oh my God, you also. We also have our Ask Us, which we did on our podcast again. We did our second one was our Ask Us. Make sure you guys check out that one as well. It was very interesting. We would love to have your feedback on that. They messed up everyone's points. I didn't even read that email. I need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
My ass is lost. I'm like, what? Twin was like, yeah, they did that. I was like, what? But we love you guys. And
Thank y'all for being here.
thanks so much. We love you guys. We love you.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Do we have a raid command? I don't know if we do.
I think we did one. I can't remember.
Let's go on our buy screen real quick.
Oh, we do. We do.
Oh, we do. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and go raid Kai, cause she's over here neglecting her own stream.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the whole lot of wild. Let's go send Kai some love. We love us some Kai. Alright, guys. Love you guys.
Good night.